is there. Hi, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I'm live literally everywhere, wanting to here to give more of your questions and answers which you're looking for. More about it's a Q&A session. So I call it the Ask Deek Show, where you can ask me any question from birth to death. People who are on Instagram, visit myliap.org and then you can join or download the LIAP app and that way you can be a part of it, right? And so I'm just going to go on main stage. So yeah, who else is here over here to join, right? So I think I need another person. So Paramjit, Komal, raise your hand. Okay, I got already a raised hand from Paramjit, so I'm going to invite him down. Guys, it's not me using it, but I'm just testing it for purposes to see how it's going to be, right? Paramjit, I've accepted. Oh, I'm mute. Paramjit, I'm accepted your request. So I hope you can see me and you can ask your questions. Come live. You can cover your camera, work out from different walks and see it, right? So we are testing it for the first time to see how many people can join live with me. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Feel free to put in your questions in the comment section, so that way it will be useful for you also, right? So that's what it is, and from now on I'll be coming more live on the app, so feel free to be about. Yes, Paranjit, you can hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear. I can hear you.
Loud and clear. So yes, last 2 days you tried to come live and now you come today. How's the quality? Is it good quality?
Hello.
How's the quality of the audio and all?
It is fine. Actually, it is fine. Better than Instagram.
Better than it. Yeah, so that's the reason, why we thought of doing this more than, so that people can get more of my voice. But slowly with time people may add or may not add, right? Like people like you, when you come live, it adds on more value from that perspective. Not audible,
Actually,
Saki,
you are not visible, sir.
I'm not visible.
No, you are not.
I'm not visible. Now why does this bug always come? I don't know. Okay, hold on, let me just switch off my camera.
Now you are visible.
Okay, fine. So good. So now you can see me also. Great.
Yes.
So
Yes.
go ahead. So it's a question, or say hi, or you know, just joined in just to listen. Or anyways, Instagram people are also there, guys. If you have any questions, it's the Ask Deek Show, which I do on a Thursday, every Thursday. That's the plan which I'm going to work out. So every Thursday I would be coming live and answering the questions which you have. So Paramjit, do you have a question, or you just came casually to say hi, or anything else?
No, actually, sir, I joined you yesterday on the Instagram, the blanket boy, if you remember.
Oh, the blanket boy. I remember. Yeah, go ahead. So you
So
made a
my
lot of
question
people.
was ki,
Yeah, go ahead. Question was.
what do you say about the law of contradiction between the law of attraction and act of nature?
When you mean act of nature, what does that mean? I just don't understand that meaning before. What
Act of nature, I'm trying to say is like whatever we,
God's will?
in the law of attraction. Sorry,
God's will is act of nature.
we can say, but God's will, yes, we can say
Okay, so act
God's
of
will.
nature. So I'll tell you something, right? You have law of attraction, which is kind of a Western principle which has come along into different walks of life, right? Then you have more of the what do you say? More of the what do you say? The Indian principle, right? Because everything is generally conflicted by that both stuff regardless, right? So first thing is about law of attraction. You got to be really careful. Is that is you can focus on something and attract a lot of things in life, right? Attract a lot of things in life. But the question I ask people is that what if you're attracting the wrong thing in your life, right? You will see most of the law of attraction people are either divorced or married a couple of, 2 3 times. There's various people who promote the law of attraction itself having a very bad relationship issues. So, how much of you attract people, what's going to happen is that is sometimes your concentration shifts to something, sometimes your focus shifts on something that the law of attraction will not work. For example, you're looking for to get, Ferrari car? Ferrari? He's gone.
Sorry.
Ferrari car? The car Ferrari?
Hello.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you can. You know the car Ferrari?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so you know the car Ferrari?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so you have a red car Ferrari, and that's what you're focused and
Yes, I know.
attracting, and you're praying, or focus, having the wallpapers of Ferrari all around. But if you believe in God, the problem with law of attraction is that God knows that if you have a Ferrari, you're going to be really focused on the having the Ferrari. You'll be more focused on getting, some way, in a certain extent, that I want this Ferrari regardless, right? But then what happens is Ferrari will boast your ego. Ferrari will make you arrogant sometimes. Ferrari will say, "Yes, I have this Ferrari." You might drive it very rash and meet with an accident. So this meeting with the accident, God might know that, okay, you can have chances of meeting with an accident, and that accident is what is more dangerous than giving you a Ferrari. So what happens there, Paramjit, is when you are attracting something which you think is good for you, might not be good for you, because in future it could affect you in some way. But that God knows, which is the law of act of nature, or whatever you can call it. So if you're a believer of God, law of attraction will never work. Why? Because it's a natural process that whatever you try, God has a plan, right? And it will not go beyond that. Now, the other thing is, if you're really working hard and being worthy of a Ferrari,
Exactly.
which means you get a good job, you work hard, improve your worth, get a good CEO's job, be a CEO of some big company. With that money, you buy Ferrari. At least
But in today's era, it is very.
Go ahead. It is very. Paramjit, you there?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. It's very.
I'm saying कि in today's era, it is very, it is very hard to, it is very hard to find a way that in which field we should put the hard work, or we should, in which way, in which field we can, continue our enthusiasm, or put our efforts.
Okay. So, in which field do we put our efforts? What I tell people is, whichever field is available for you and whichever field you think that you're a little bit good at, start working towards it. Right? For example, when you're saying this, 1 second, is my this 1 second. Let me see. Okay, fine. So what you got to see here is what are you good at? You're good at anything? Your favorite subject? Your favorite subject? No? You have a favorite subject?
Favorite subject. Talking about the favorite subject. Yeah, Hindi we can say, but I think ITC is my favorite subject.
Which one? IT.
Indian Penal Code. Currently, I'm pursuing law. I'm a law student.
Good. So you like law? You do you like law?
Some sort of, but what I am really fond of. I'm really fond of traveling the world. Traveling through
So
of the world
see, Sanjay, see,
to explore new things, to meet new people.
again,
I'm fond. Putting me a field of law is.
Your voice. You can hear me? Traveling the world,
Hello.
whatever you try, right? Whatever you do, traveling.
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, traveling the world, you can do once you make enough money as a lawyer, you can travel. Why you're keeping traveling on the world as an obstruction to grow yourself, or an obstruction to win over yourself? See, now you're picked law. Go deep in law and be the best lawyer if you can. When you have the best lawyer, people will call you, please come to the city because I need you to negotiate a law. Or please come into this one, I have a contact negotiate. Please come to the city because I have this problem. So obviously that is going to trigger your life at the end of the day, or you trigger your life and you're going to travel at the end of the day. Get it? So traveling, seeing the world, as staying in good hotels, that's all the after effect of once you reach greatness. Like, for example, I travel all around the world. Like, I travel all around India. I've done a lot of travels in different walks of life because my sessions call me at different cities at the end of the day. But I've reached there with all the hard work, working and studying, and reached to where it is. And that is what actually triggered the thing. Got it. So traveling the world is a byproduct of your success.
From where,
Go ahead, ask your question.
if I may have your permission, I want to ask you from where you started your journey, or
From where I started my journey. So I was a normal guy, a very low middle class kid since till the age of 18. But then what I did was is I asked my father, like, what do you want me to become? And my father told, go be a manager. And my father told to go be a manager. What I did was I opened up the classified and came to know that what can I really achieve or what can I really be in life. So my father said, go be a manager. So what I did was I opened up the classified, right? I opened up the classified, and then slowly, what I've done is, what is the requirement for being a manager? So requirement to be a manager, you need 30 to 40 years of an MBA, and you need and 30 years of experience and an MBA.
mm,
So what I did was, okay, start working because I need to make this 30 years of experience MBA regardless of whatever I do.
mm,
Right? So I started working at the age of 18. So I worked, I got promoted once from secretary to senior depot, then I went to storekeeper, I got promoted in customer service, I got promoted to sales, I went to senior technical sales, then I became a sales manager at the age of 30 because I started working at the age of 18, which is faster the process of being where I want to achieve. Right? And I did my studies. I did my BSc in business administration studying. I did my MBA working and studying. I did my what do you say? I did my MSc in business psychology working and studying. So what I did was I did what was needed much more quicker and much more greater, much more needed for people, so that people can be a part of, or people can help me to grow because I'm there working on growing myself to be that manager which the world wants to be. So when you start thinking that what do I want to become first, that's the starting process of reaching the place or starting process of being what you can reach, and then travel, entertainment, all these things are going to be the byproduct of it, right? And that's how you generally have to work it out. Clear? Guys, Instagram live, due to some reason I can't join live, people, so kindly adjust with that. Facebook, YouTube, you have a question, feel free to ask in the question section. How to find the right, so that Samjit, you did I answer the question? You're there? Where are you? He's gone. Okay, anyone else want to come live? Raise your hand on the app, and I'll come live. Guys, I'm dealing with Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and this. Let me see. I'm getting new requests to come live. Guys, yes, I know. What I understand is Instagram is not allowing me to come live anymore. So that's a bug has been there for a long time. So I can't come. My voice just goes away, right? So anyone else want to come live? Raise your hand. Revant, Komal, Ashwati, Sahiti, Pedavalli, and Saki, feel free to ask the questions, whatever you have. I don't know what happened to our friend Paramjit. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. Now, next question I got is from what's his name? From YouTube, Abhinav Prakhar. How to find the right partner? I don't know, Abhinav, how old are you? It looks like you look like a young guy. I don't know because the photo is too small. At least tell me your age, so at least I know. Where do you stand with regards to age or with regards to. Yes, I know there is a problem. That's the reason. Ishti, oh God, they can't hear me anymore. It just goes that way. If I invite someone, my voice just goes. But anyways, so back to the question of Abhinav Prakar Gaur. How to find the right partner? My first question would be: is it before marriage or after marriage, right? Or during marriage? Sorry, because if you're looking before marriage, 24. Okay, Abhinav. Okay, it's 24. So that means Abhinav's time for marriage is getting close. So Abhinav, love marriage or arranged marriage? Hey, come on live and we can have a discussion, no? So that'd be much more easier. Just click on myliap.org, come live and we can have a discussion. We can see how we can select your partner if that is the way you're looking for, right? You want me to wait and then work it out? So Abhinav, you want to come and join live, or do I give you just a question? If this is just a question, then I'll just answer that. So first thing first, what I truly believe is whenever you're looking for a partner, this is guys marriage only, right? Because Abhinav is 24. In the next 2 or 3 years, he might get married. I would assume that Abhinav would get married in the next 24 years, because that's what his age right now. My Instagram voice is totally gone. Guys, can you hear us? Instagram, can you hear me? You can't hear me. I'm sure you can't hear me. But anyways, it is what it is. So yeah, so if you really look at the age factor, first of all, you have to decide if it's love marriage or arranged marriage, because that is very important factor of what you can be with that marriage or that person or whatever it is at the end of the day. So what is my age? Love marriage, oh God, love marriage is your parents will agree to it, Abhinav? That'll be the next question. Ask, Abhinav is chatting with me here. So here you go. He's 24, he's love marriage. Okay, Abhinav, I'm putting a question only. So, I think Instagram, I'll come back again. I think it's just messed up. Discard the video. Guys, this is. Let me just go live on Instagram once again. I just don't like Instagram anymore now. I'm done with it. So yeah. So back to Abhinav's question. First of all, if it's love marriage, will your parents agree to it or not? That'll be a deeper question which you got to answer, because if your parents are not agreeing to it, your next best challenge will be, how do I satisfy my parents to go for love marriage? Right? So that's one question you got to ask. Abhinav, when you say yes, your parents are okay with it, I would assume. Okay. If your parents are okay with it, the first thing what you got to do is, when you're searching for a girl, you have to look at the character. That's what most people say. But how do you define what's the character? If you believe, what I would say is the first step of character is, what I truly believe is the God which you believe in, because that actually defines who you are. That actually creates the wavelength or the concept about what that person is, the core wise. Right? So core wise means, what I tell people is, if you believe a certain kind of God, or if you're in a certain kind of caste, or if you're in a certain kind of religion, mostly pick a similar kind of a girl or a boy. So that way it's easy to sync. Right? Because you've read the same scriptures, you've read the same concepts, you've seen God in the same way. So first is, okay, now if you don't believe in God, make sure you will marry a girl who don't believe in God. Right? I'm not here saying that you really have to work it out from that perspective, right? So Instagram, come down onto my.liap.org to participate and come down to Deek's Hub. Right, guys, whoever don't know what's Deek's Hub, you need to click the menu button. You will see my photo. That's where Deek's Hub is going to be. Yeah, let me just pin that. Guys, Instagram, I can't join live anymore because that's what it is. So back to Abhinav's question. So first, what type of, or what belief she has, because that's what the core she has been born with. That's first thing. Now, does it make any difference? Not really. But then, what I tell is that if you believe in God, it's a triangle where your wife or your future spouse, and the top is God, and the triangle works out. So if you have any problem, what I say is a triangle, no? If you have any problem, sometimes we can't figure out this way, use God to figure out this way. So it makes it quite easy when you have God in the picture, in generally for marriage. But it doesn't mean that it is mandatory or it should be needed in that form or not. Now, the next thing is, once the belief is all same, the concepts which you stand by is all same, the concept of God is all same, the next thing is, how does she treat other people? Because very important that once you genuinely see how they're treating other people, especially treating weaker people to her. So if you're looking for weaker people, then the next step is, you got to see what is the best way to find out that how she treats other people. Like when you go for a dinner or when you go for a restaurant, how is she treating the waiter? When you're going to the bus or when you're going in a car, how does it treat the driver? Because one fine day you're also going to drive for her, and if you're weak, she's going to treat you the same way. So the next thing you got to see is how she treats the other person. She might be treating you very well because the love is there. or you want to get married. But then how the other people is how she treats other people is a very important factor, because that gives you an idea when you are somewhere in future in the form of the other person, how she will treat you is very clear. Second thing about love marriage. Yes, you both are marrying, your parents are okay with it, but make sure your parents also kind of sync with this love marriage. Because if the parents don't sync, then again is a problem. Again, there's a challenge to work it out. The third thing is, do you have both a common dream? Common dream in the sense that some person wants to be a doctor, some person wants to be an engineer. So what happens? You both are living in two different directions. You both are living in two different way of life. So then again, what happens is that it doesn't add value to that life. Right? This is how you select a partner, right? So you're not going to add value to that relationship because you both are living in two different lives. But then, like for example, I give you a simple example. Think you're a dentist. I don't know, Abhinav, what you are. Think you're a dentist. You marry a dentist girl. Obviously, you create your own clinic. You can, have two cabins for you and your husband and wife. So commonly, you both are being great dentists, and that is what is going to add value to that life. Then the other thing you got to be careful is make sure, because you're going in love and getting all married stuff, when do you plan to have, because these are now this, I don't know, you can keep it in love marriage before or after marriage, but kids, when are you going to have kids is a very important factor, because mostly adults after marriage is going to push, your mother father is going to push and work it out. So make sure you have that also triggered it, or in that dream which you're creating. Because after marriage, I'm telling you, 1-2 years, family systems, everyone is going to push, have a kid, have a kid, have a kid, have a kid. So that also should be considered. Or else what happens is the conflict of fight will be, oh, I have this dream, oh, my parents are pushing me to have a kid, and blah, blah, blah. And there you start, fighting it in some form or the other. So these are few tips, Abhinav, of how to select it. But then I really see, if you have a conversation with me, it's much more clearer, and we can have more discussions with regards to that. But yes, so yeah, so raise your hand, Saki, come live and ask your question. I hope, Abhinav, I've answered your question with regards to that. Saki, you want to come live or just ask the question only? Saki S, you want to come live? Raise your hand. There's a raise hand button. Yes, I got you. Oh, Abhinav has come live. So let me do Abhinav first and let me finish off with him, and then I will come back to Sahati and that, right? So Abhinav, you're there? That's good. Yes, come live. That's great, man. I want people to come live so we can have this face-to-face conversation more better in that sort, right? So Abhinav, just give you a couple of minutes. I've accepted your request. Yes, the man who's going to get married. Tell me. Unmute your mic, Abhinav. So Abhinav has moved from YouTube to Instagram, so that's really great. So yeah, yes, Abhinav, you can hear me?
Good evening, sir.
Hi, good morning.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. So did I clarify to a certain extent?
Yes, sir. I've seen your previous videos. It helped me a lot.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Just to say thank you, the marriage doubt is clear, how to select a girl?
Yes, sir. You actually answered all my doubts in
Good. See, mother
previous videos.
Your parents are okay with love marriage?
Sir, absolutely, sir.
Totally okay. Good. Then that's what you got to do. Go in search of the girl. What time you plan to get married? What time you plan to get married? Like any specific age you're looking for? I think
no thought as of now, but I was just having a random thought. I thought it was the best platform to clear all this thing.
Good.
So
yeah, so good to know. It says clarify. Now you know how to select a girl. But always remember, Abhinav, one thing is sometimes husband and wife would complement each other, right? Sometimes many girls or boys go, yeah, he should be same like me. No husband and wife is ever attracted with same. Negative and positive will attract each other. So it's two different poles are going to attract each other. So what's going to happen is your strength is going to be her weakness, and your weakness is going to be her strength. And then you complement both together, and that's where you both become positive, or you both become from that perspective, right? So see it from that point of view. Select the girl and enjoy, and make sure your parents are also okay with it. You'll be fine.
Thank you, sir.
Got it. So yeah, that's sort of Abhinav from all the way from YouTube. He has moved here. Thanks a lot, Abhinav, for that. Now Sahiti, let me get on Sahiti on board. Guys, I'm doing it all manually, so kindly adjust. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I have to change a lot of stuff. Instagram, I'm going to come shortly. I hope the marriage questions did help you of how to select a partner. Priyanka, I'll get back to your question. Man, I just love it. I'm multitasking like crazy. I'm live on the app, live on Instagram, live on YouTube. This is one of the most coolest thing I've done after long. See, now why I'm doing this? I'm improving myself on multitasking in such a way that I'm available for everyone, right? I'm available for each and every person in some form or the other, right? Sahiti, I've requested, I've accepted your request. You would be joining shortly, so we'll just see how that, guys. That's what. See, Saurav did come live on myliap.org, or if you want, you can download the app, which is LIAP, LIAP. Come live, ask your questions. Make sure you know how to get to Deek's Hub, so that way it will add value and it will add more, clarity for you and your life at the end of the day. What happened to Sahiti? Sahiti, you're there? Sahiti, can you send me one more request once again? I don't know what's the. Oh, she left offline. Oh God. So, anyone else want to come live on the app? So, I have some questions on Instagram. Let me take that. Sir, I'm interested in guys. I can't join live due to some reason. Instagram has taken my access. So, yeah, I can only come live on my platform. So, yeah, everyone will be enjoying my chats and all that. So, enjoy it, but make sure keep it all private and it adds value, right? I'm interested in banking. Initially, I need to start, or I'm interested in baking. Initially, I need to start. I need to convince my parents. I need to convince my parents. What's the continuation question? So, can you give some insight to convince them? Now, so Rithanaya is the name of the girl. Rithanaya, you're there live? I hope you're there so that you get the question which you're looking for. So, when you look at, if you want to start baking, Rithanaya, you're there? Just put a thumbs up so I know you're there and you can listen to my answer. Because if you're not there, then there's no point, no? So if you really see now, guys, I have Instagram down here, so I'll be looking down. I have Facebook and YouTube here, so I'll be looking here. I have different people I'm managing left and right. So kindly understand that it's just not only me. It's just we are trying to work out at different ways to come live, and so that you all get access to me in every platform. So we are live on LinkedIn, we are live on Facebook, we are live on Instagram, we are live on the app, but I would rather focus on the app so you get notifications when I come live, and you have any questions, bring your friends along. Ask the questions. Ask Deek. I'm going to do every Thursday. Every Thursday, I'm going to come and do it. Hi, Asta. Thanks a lot for joining in from CSMS. So by baking. Okay, Rithanaya is there. Okay, first step on baking. Rithanaya, before convincing your parents, ask them what do they want from your life. For example, how many marks do they need? What education they want you to do. Right? Shivani, please ask your question in the question section, or come join live and ask your questions there in that section also, right? So what you need to do first step is, what do your parents want to become, right? Maybe they want to be an engineer, maybe they want to be a doctor, maybe they wanted to, work it out from there. So the first question is, what do my parents need? Whatever your parents need, the next step is do it for them. Because when you do it for them, then you can negotiate something with them. Because if you don't do it for them, then it's difficult to negotiate. So first thing, Mama, how much marks do you want? Do you want to be an engineer? Yes, I'll work on being an engineer. Free time, which is after coming from college, bake some recipes and start sharing it with your uncles and aunties. Because uncles and aunties have a big influence over your mother and father. So bake for when you're going for a party, bake a cake. When you are going for a friend's birthday party, bake something and take it across. Let people taste your flavor. So what happens there is, when you start doing it from Sahiti, I think you can't join like there's some reason. It's your network issue, I think, more than anything else. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, trying to work it out there, right? So once you share it to your family members, once you share it to your brothers, sisters, or mother or father, what naturally happens is someone is going to talk for you, right? Someone is going to say, oh, Ratanayana is really good at baking. Why can't she, do it? So then what happens is, when you have your small friends party or your uncles and aunties party, uncle, you're buying cakes, paying 5,000 rupees or what, not 5,000, saying 2,000 rupees or 1,000 rupees, I'll make a cake for you. Give me 500 rupees. So when you start doing that cake and you make money out of it, you can ask your uncle, you're buying it. So basically you tell them you're paying this much, I will give it a discount. So when you start doing that, the people will know about what you're doing. People will know what you're good at. Slowly, your uncle and auntie will say, yeah, she's beautiful at baking cakes. She's beautiful at, making the bread. She's beautiful at what she's doing. And then slowly, within your family, your brand or your baking energy will start increasing. And when you start increasing that baking value, that is when you talk, Mama, see, I'm making 500 rupees, 200 rupees. Why can't I start a small bakery at home and start selling it? But then engineer continues, right? Then your or doctor, what you're doing continues, because mothers is looking at that point only. So when you start working it from that point, naturally what happens is slowly, your parents will say, Beti, try out baking also. You're good at what you're doing. I hope, Ratanayana, that's how you're going to convince your parents if you want to get into baking. And yeah, so I hope I've answered that question. Now, let me go back on YouTube. I have this question from, so I'll go YouTube and how to recognize good friends. It's a question from Priyanka Gupta from YouTube. How to recognize good friends? First of all, I'll talk a little bit of trust. Trust mother, father, 100%, brother, sister until marriage, God, if you want to trust 100%, your spouse 100%, your children until marriage. That's how you trust people. Everyone else, don't trust 100%, even your best friend. So if you're working it from that point of view, naturally you got to think if you are genuinely working as a focusing on having a friend, what is the need of that friend? Because the need of the friend is very, very important, right? Why do you need that friend? Because if the friend is there to fulfill your needs and fulfill a certain level of needs, you need them for satisfying a certain need. So that's not good friendship. Good friendship is you are there for a mutual benefit, which means if you're a 70% student, the friend comes and you become 75, good friendship. If you are, if the friend comes in and you're naturally doing well as from your mental space and you feel very positive, good friendship. If a friend comes and you lose 5 marks in your exams, bad friendship. If a friend comes, you lose your mental peace and you're thinking negative and you're not having that peaceful life, all these things concerns bad friendship. It's so simple to find out good friendship or bad friendship. Just think it logically, and when you think it logically, it is going to give that thing which you're looking for, right? Let me see, anyone on the LIAP Hub has asked me to come join live. No? Oh yes, I have Ishti has come here. So let's see what Ishti has to ask today. Ishti, voice is not audible. You'll be fine. Saki is saying your answers are. Saki, come live and ask your question. No. Let me see if Ishti joins or not. Let's see if that works out. Hey Ishti.
Hello.
Hi.
Sir, I'm audible. Okay. Hi.
Yes.
How's it doing, sir?
Good. I'm always rocking and positive.
All right.
What is the question?
So basically, today my question is, what is the purpose of life, sir?
What is the purpose of life is to grow. And just 1 second before that, Naina Tara, who was the baker girl, I hope you got the answer which you're looking for, right? If you got the answer, put a thumbs up so I know you got the answer. Now, what is the purpose of life? Purpose of life is basically what I believe is growth. When you focus on growing, the purpose of life is all generally met. Now, how do you meet that purpose in life? Every role which God has given you. Let it be, now you're a girl, you are a daughter's role, you have a colleague's role, you have a student's role, you have a future mother's role, you have a future grandmother's role, future wife's role. All these roles are given to you. If you genuinely grow and do the best you can do, you are meeting a purpose of life. To make it very, very simple. For example, a mother genuinely takes care of the husband or the in-laws and the children and create great two individuals from their children and make them so successful and so great in order to serve the society, has met her purpose, because her purpose is to create two great kids, which is on the benefit of the society. So that
basically, you mean you have to do your duty properly.
Correct. So that is the first step. When you do your duties properly, the purpose will select you. Right. So the purpose is going to select you. And when you work it from that point of view, naturally it is going to be a process, or naturally it is going to get that, okay, I've done this. And when you do it, you'll feel that satisfaction. Maybe that's your purpose. Or for example, but you have created two great sons, right? And two great individuals you have created. They will come for an interview. Oh, ma'am, how did you create these two great, powerful sons, which we never saw in this world? Maybe that's when you give out speeches, how to create, helpful, kids for the society. You can give a talk. You're famous. You get the name, fame, and purpose also, man. So what I tell people is a mother who genuinely does the duty 100% and makes it from that point, that is when is much more greater in the eyes of God for a saint sitting in Himalayas and trying to find God.
Sir, but sometimes we all like these are the duties, but we also have to find our purpose sometimes, like
Yes.
what we want
So the
to.
next thing is the concept called free time. Right? Free time, what is that you're doing which you love? Free time, like for example, I work, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I have my family to take care, I have my kid to take care, we don't have any helper at home, all the cleaning is done. Now, for example, I have fever now. But still I came live because this is my duty. I have 100.2, but I don't know from where this fever came in, but I have fever, but it doesn't make any big difference to me because my duty is more important. And not my fever can sit in the back seat if it has any problem. Right? So my belief is that is when you're driven by purpose, no fear will keep aside, all things don't get into the energy will start coming in and work it out for you when you are genuine. But then first you complete your duties, no, only then purpose will select you. If your duties are still empty, you're not. Go ahead.
But I think these are the duties. These things most of the people do.
Yeah. Correct. Do that well.
So most of the people are achieving their purpose in life.
No, but are they happily doing it?
No. Sir.
No. Then again, there's no point in doing duties with frustration. That means you're not happily doing it. Again, you're not in sync with what God wants you to do.
So this is the mindset we have to develop.
Correct. So that is what I'm here to make you understand that, which means that I'm doing my role which God has given me. I'm a sister, I have a brother, so I have a sister's role to do.
So we have to do these things.
Yes,
of course.
So it's one step. No, for example, I have a family to take care. Now I've figured out my family. I've made them understand what my mission is. Now I take the whole world as my family. So I'm responsible for replying Ishtri's question, and that's my duty as a brother to a sister. So I'm taking my purpose to the next level. I've explained people various questions, answers. I've explained my family members of various walks of life. But now what I'm doing is I'm taking the next level that, okay, let the whole world be as a sister and brother to me, and everyone talking to me is my sister and the brothers helping out. So what have I upped my game after doing the duties of what I had done for my family members and my family, and they're happy with it. And I happily did it. And now I'm doing this, which I'm also happy doing it.
So basically, this depends from person to person's mindset.
Correct, person to person. And the main thing is free time. What are you doing? Are you watching 3 hours of movie? Or are you doing something meaningful in life? Are you watching cricket or the game, or doing something more creative, what you love doing? Are you like the girl who's there, who's getting to bakery? Free time, what are you doing? Sitting and thinking bakery, or cooking a cake and sharing it with one person? Right?
So basically, we have to do in our free time the productive things.
Correct. So then the purpose will say,
all
the
things which love.
Correct. So God or universe will think that, Ishti is doing all her duties and she's now getting after her passion also. Okay, then let me figure out her purpose for her. That's how God works. He'll see if you're worthy enough. He will see if you can do it or not. If he'll see that you can achieve the greatness or not, and then he will give
Suppose I'm working in corporate and I'm a mother also. Yeah. So I appoint the child taker or for my family. So my duty is now to work good in corporate because the helper are taking the child care. So my duty changes now.
No, see, now what happens is the income which comes into your family is the deciding factor here. For example, think you're married and you have a child. So the question you're going to ask yourself is a mother more important, or is the money which the mother makes important? Is father more important, or father making the money more important? So what happens there is you naturally have to think, yes, you're handing over to the caretaker, but is the caretaker giving genuine mother's love or love and affection to the child? Because what I've seen many caretakers that they just hit the child, they just play around with the child, and they just give a hard time to the child, and you will see that why my child is overreactive. You will see that slowly you'll say my child has ADHD. Slowly you'll say that it has a mental health issues, and work it out from there. So it's not that I'm saying to stop your work. It's more about I have created a child, me and my husband together. Are we doing the responsibility to the kid in the right way or not? Or is the money needed right now because we are in a financial crisis, we have taken enough loan? That time work is more important because or the loan will come on your child's head. So it is more about discussing. Yeah, go ahead, Ashwin.
So if caretaker is giving the proper care and love, then it is fine.
Yes, then it's fine. But the mother's duty is also
And
there. It should not be that you work from office really hard and come, beta, I have no time for you.
okay, like you have to manage both the things together.
Yes, so that your duty is met.
Okay, the foremost responsibility of being a human being is to perform your duties well, then think about other things.
Correct. I'll tell you something. In this whole life, in this whole last 1-2 months, you watched a movie or you didn't watch a movie?
I'm not much fond of movies.
You'll be seeing some entertainment, no? TV or something like that.
Not really.
Not
I
really.
listen to songs and sometimes the YouTube videos,
Correct.
the Kapil Sharma show, some
You're listening.
some shows.
You're listening to songs. You're listening to this. Spend that time with your child.
Okay.
So then what happens? The mother is received by the child, and then the child will say, "Oh, my mother is doing great to me. God, please protect her. Please let her meet her purpose." The kids will pray. You think going and helping a kid and serving your kid, they don't pray for you? Indirectly, they will pray. Hope my mother's health
I
is
am
good.
student taking this as example.
Okay, good. Yes, a student taking this example. Okay, fine. So I thought, slowly you became a mother. So yeah. So when you start doing that, you see life differently. You see things differently, and that's where you're going to lead it from there.
Actually, the thing what is happening right now is I don't love in the household chores, but somewhere have to do.
Correct. See now
You can say to
household.
mother or
Correct.
to.
Household work, right? I'll tell you something. Any woman who does her household work with happiness, genuinely that I have an opportunity to serve the family in the best possible way, and plus does her office work in all the fairest way, I'm telling you, she'll be very, very happy and her health will be very, very good. That she can do more of what she's doing. But most people, what they do is when they work, they're frustrated with work. When they do the household, they're frustrated with it. That leads to various other health problems and stuff.
Like I don't love doing, I don't know why, but I don't love doing the household chores.
But see, but then the duties are there. No, how you can't run away from it, or don't get married. But then what's the point in living then? Because
sometimes I think being a girl, this is the negative point.
Yes. Why? Because you're comparing yourself to a boy. Girls should never compare yourself to boys. Because that's what reduces the girl's value which she has. Yeah, mother has a bigger value than father. True or false?
True.
A mother can destroy a family or create a family.
Great.
A mother can create positive children, but then father does the other side of things, protecting and guiding and all that stuff. But if the mother is not very strong, the whole family will fall apart.
Actually.
Right? So what you got to see is from that perspective as to what's the role? How do I do it best? How do I do it happily? If you're not doing happily, you'll become Sorry?
So I have to change my perspective, right?
Correct. You have to change your thought process about I'm doing this household so that my family is protected. The food which I make, so that my mind and my energy goes into the food, so that the husband is always eating my food and connected with me. Now, why does I always tell a joke, right? Can be right and can be wrong. Now you'll say girl can cook and boy. Yes, should also cook. Boy also should cook. I'm not saying it shouldn't happen that way. But the point is, if your husband or if your wife is eating someone else's food, whose mind is getting influenced? Other people's mind gets influenced on the food which they make. Right? So what you got to see it from that is, me, my husband, my children. What do I need to do to keep these three people happy, satisfied, and fulfilled? And after marriage, you can reduce your help which you do for your mother and father. You can reduce your connection with your friends also. So that way, you will add on more benefit in some form or the other.
That doesn't that I mean to say, like, I have time, but well, I don't like the work.
Yes, ma'am. But the point is that is now this is like you're saying, oh, your parents saying, I don't like to take care of history because I like to be single. What is your status would be if your mother says that same thing? History is history because your
So,
mother has taken care of you, no? If
hmm.
that mother was not, that history would be this girl. The question is no,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So when you start thinking that I don't like it, then again find ways to like it, so that way it will help you meet your purpose of life. Because for example, I'll tell you history. I'm saying a worst case scenario example. You keep saying I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it, and due to some reason God listens to it, and just due to some reason your husband passes away. Then what are you going to do? There you go. So sometimes what happens is
Nowhere.
nowhere, right? So what happens? Then you will say, like, what's the point of marriage? I lost my husband, and then you'll be more demotivated. Then God will say, you only don't like household work. You don't want to do something. Then let me take the husband away. What you have to
Hmm.
see is God has given me this husband. God has given me this child. Let me do 100% justice. Let me get tired in the process, or let me do so much of the justice that God takes me earlier from this world. But I'm going to do it with love. I'm going to do it with happiness. I know I'm talking a
Hmm.
difficult topic, and I'm talking something totally different from what you think, totally different from what you've been told.
Actually.
But living a positive life, you have to do your duties first, and that's what I live by. Because if you don't do your duties, purpose is never going to even come close.
Alright. So that question is complete. I have another question for you.
Go ahead.
Like, sometimes you want to do a lot of things in life, or you must have a role model or the idol, but you don't know how to achieve things.
See,
Like,
first of all, what I tell people is your role model is always your mother and father first. Full stop. They have done so much for you. Do the same thing what you did for your children or for your people in some form or the other. That's point number one. Second thing about role models, yes, you can see external role models, but then study them for a month or a year if you want to, and then close that role model, because your life is going to take its own path of life when you start working in it. Now, for example, some people give great examples of mothers who have done great, right? So
mm,
when you look into that, you look into their life, how much they are living, you look into life, how they serve. There are many ladies who have created great impact to the society in some form or the other. Can I do that? So when you start working it from that principle, things clarify. Life slowly starts being positive, and then slowly you'll step there. But having a role model and fantasizing role model is a waste of time, because they're just using your energy to be what you are at the end of the day, and you will never grow. It is someone else growing at the end. Clear?
like sometimes you also want to learn the communication skills, personality development, and also want to enhance in your career. Maybe you want to develop yourself as a overall as a person.
Yes. So
So how to do all the things, like what
first,
is the right way to do all
first
this?
of all, open a book saying how to be a good daughter. Simple funda. First role is as a
Okay.
daughter's role. Go and do the right thing for your parents. Provided they don't misuse you, go and do the right thing for your parents. Improve being a good daughter. Right? Go, and if you have issues with your parents, go and give them a hug. I don't care. My mother, no, I'm going to give a hug. Okay, cook something for your mother and father. You're seeing most of the mother cooking. Mama, don't cook. Today I will cook. Take the duties, take the responsibilities from them. So then you're going to grow into being a great mother in future. But then what girls do? No, no, no. Study, study, study. Work, work, work. Suddenly get married and
Yeah,
don't know.
but
And then don't know what marriage is all about.
that
Yeah, idealize your own mother and father first, no?
actually same happening with me. Where I'm focusing right now is online career.
Focus on your career. I'm not saying not to focus, but free time. Be prepared
Hmm.
to slowly do that household work so that you're ready for the marriage when it happens. Or else what happens is that you don't do anything. You have this great career, you get married, and when you go into with your in-laws, and that in-laws are there stepping up, and then in-laws will say you're not good for nothing, and then the fight will start, issues will start, and the husband, who is a good guy, also will start talking against you. Clear?
Basically, these things like the household work and everything, I have to accept it as a fun or the.
Correct. And make your favorite food. No. Why make a food which you don't like? Make your favorite food first. Start with that. Enjoy the food rather than making complicated.
I don't love cooking.
No, but the point is, if you don't love cooking, your husband is going to eat with some other girl's hand, and obviously that girl will influence him. No. See, when you cook, your mind also goes to the food. When you cook, your love also goes to the food. Right? Many people say that the best way to control your husband is through the stomach. But then if someone else is making the food, how can you control your husband?
All right.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. There is Ishti, beautiful questions from her. Ishti, I will just... there's one person. Oh, yes, Sahiti has come back live. Good. Go ahead, Sahiti.
Oh, thank you so much, sir.
Perfect. All thanks to God, Ishti. I hope you got the answers, but beautiful questions you have asked. Thanks a lot for coming live and asking this question. So it would benefit a lot of people. Ritanaya have been waiting for... Ishti, unmute your mic. Yes.
Hi, sir.
Okay.
Hi. How are you? Oh, sorry. I'm talking to Sahiti. Unmute your mic. Sorry. Sahiti, unmute your mic. Sorry. Hey, finally worked out the app, huh? Good.
Yes, sir.
Ritanaya, I will come back to your question, right? So just give me a second. Anyways, I'll come back to your question. Yes, Sahiti. People who come on live on my app, I give first priority. So make sure you get that sorted out. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm always rocking and positive as usual. So tell me.
Yeah, you have a question like how much money is important in our life, and if everyone is saying like if you have money only society will respect you or everything, and in my point of view money is something like how much I need, I earn that much, and I give that importance how much I need. Is this correct or wrong, sir?
Good
Could you
question.
please say?
So let me explain to you, right? How much money you need, just so that you can buy whatever you like without looking left or right. That is the money
Yes.
you need in general. First point.
Hmm.
Second thing is how much money you need. Whatever you want to buy, make sure you have double the money so that buying that won't affect you financially.
Okay.
Now, if you can't achieve that, reduce your need.
Okay.
Simple.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Right. So in future you want to buy a watch. Can I make double the money so I can buy one watch with half the price? Right? Or if you want to buy a car in future, do I have double the money? So what I need to do to have the double money? Can I make that double the money? If I can't make the double the money, then reduce the house type or reduce the car model. Take a normal car. Take a normal watch, but double the money you need. So that much money you need at the end of the day.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Clear? Simple answer, no?
Yes, yes, sir, simple.
Perfect.
And how can't say you like how everybody is seeking for becoming rich and rich, and do we really need to become rich?
Very good question. So, do you really need to become rich or not? My first thing, what I got to tell you is that is richness by heart or richness by money. There are many people who have a lot of money, but either single or divorced. There's a lot of people who are there working in some form or the other, but then don't have that health. There are many people who are working in different, have the fame and status, but no one in the family respects them. So richness, at the end of the day, what I believe you should be rich by heart. If you're rich by heart is how many of you after you die is going to talk good about you? If the answer is a lot of people, you're already rich. Right? So richness is not defined on money. Yes, money do give you the status, but after you die, what do people talk about you? Is someone who helped us or someone who's squeezed us with the money in making himself rich? So that's what I tell people. Like many people say richness is important. Okay, fine. Give me your health in exchange. I'll give you 1 crore. Would you do that? No one will do that. So health is important. I'll make you all alone, but then give me all your relationship in return. I will give you 10 crores. You won't do that. You can't live an alone life. You're going to kill yourself. So yes, money is one factor of life, but not everything at the end of the day. Clear? You can reply to all the people who talks about richness that way.
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
So that was that. Saki says your answer is very, very practical. Yes, life is very, very practical. If everyone wants to come live, just raise your hand on the app and work it out. Let me go on to YouTube. How to be a better version of self, Dave Marchandani. Yes, I've already answered that question talking to HT of how to be the best version of yourself. Let me go on Instagram now. What is our question from Ritanaya? They want me to get married, whom they suggest. Yes, they want me to get married. I don't know, Ritanaya, what your age is, but then I'm in love. That to my parents. See, now this is the other problem. When you are working on trying to be that great girl or a great baker, why are you in a relationship in the first place? Because if you're there in the relationship in the first place, what is naturally happening is parents won't trust you anymore. And then the baker one will die. So when you want to be seriously a baker, then there is no relationship over here, right? But they didn't accept my love. So currently I'm at house arrest. See, this is the problem. You go and do something wrong. You go and cross the line. When you are driven to make the passion of a baker, you went and had a relationship with a guy, and now you're caught, and now you're asking how to get out of the jail, right? You have two options. You know what's her name? Ritanaya, message me personally because your parents are involved, your love is involved. So let's talk personally because I don't want to talk this on a public forum because it's just going to, make it not look good, right? So feel free. Anyone on the app, raise your hand. You can come live and ask your questions. All you got to do is raise your hand. I will give you access to it, and then you can come live and ask, right? Instagram, Facebook, I've answered to most of the questions. So yeah, there's not many people here at the end. So it's all good. So that's it, guys. 8:30. I'll come for 1 hour every day. Not every day. Oh, damn. Every Thursday. There's more live shows going to work out. I'm going to do live shows on topic based. Many people have asked me a lot of questions in... guys, I have a fever. Like, do I look like I have fever? Like, I just have to ask a question. I have 100.2 degree Fahrenheit, but I thought, if fever, can I positively win over fever? That was the thing I was just challenging myself. So so that's what I was going to test it. So Ritanaya, there's a lot of complicated stuffs here. I hope you can talk to me personally. I hope you're not house arrested from that, right? So let's talk that personally because your parents, a lot of things are involved here, and I don't want that to be a public talk. I just respect your situation. So that's it. All good. So yeah, it's 8:30 as usual, and I'm just going to come live for 1 hour. So every Thursday, 1 hour, I'm going to come live. Make sure you come onto my app if you want to come face to face. Instagram don't allow me to come live, so make sure you download the app. You can 2 ways you can do it: myliap.org, or go and search for LIAP, a positive social media. Come there, you'll get all my notification when I come live. Obviously, I'm trying to work on topic based, and there's many questions which people have asked me on the app and talk on topic. Like I think Komal, Aisha, and Dr. Nayan have asked few questions which they want to do topic based. So I'm going to do it topic based at the end, so that it all benefits you all, and you can work it out from there, right? So that's it, guys. Thank you, everyone. Instagram, I can't join live. It is what it is. So best is to use the app. Download the app. It's there on my bio link, or go on MyLiap. If you don't want to download apps, go on to myliap.org and work it out from there, right? It is a pleasure. Thank you, everyone. I'm just going to come 1 hour, so it's focused, and many people can participate and join rather than just sitting randomly sitting randomly. Oh, I went out of my live or what? Okay, sorry. So yeah, thank you, everyone. It is a pleasure. See you all next Thursday at 9 p.m. India time to ask any question from birth to death. If you have friends that have any question, ask them to be a part of the app. The app has more stuffs in it. You can post positive stuffs. We're going to start more training. We're going to start about, LIAP Academy is going to come in. So many things are going to come in with time. So stay tuned for it. And if you want to be a part of this foundation, feel free to message me or our group, and you can be a part of it. And let's make positivity as a thing which is available for everyone, completely free. That's it, guys. A brother or a son to you in some form or the other, trying to make positivity so that you all live it and understand it. Many people, as I said, I can't join class. So Instagram, thank you. I'll be saving it. Beautiful topic today. Beautiful discussion. And thank you, everyone. A special thanks to everyone who has joined call. History. Saki didn't come live, no? Everyone else who has come had asked beautiful questions. So that way you got the answers. That's my job, to give you the answers in the best possible way so you understand life better. If you have issues joining on the app, DM me and I will help you out. If you have issues with any software issues, come live and ask the question and we'll work it out, right? So let me go and take some rest. Not rest, actually, we had to do some work for the foundation. So I'm going to start working on that. We are mostly working on LIAP comics. So we are working on LIAP comics. That's one secret I would like to share with you all. So we are going to come with LIAP comics. So if you're into a comic designer, if you draw comics, let us know and we can work it out at the end, right? Thank you. Pleasure. Thank you. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever we are. 1 hour is done. So I am here and I will show you and see you all next Thursday. In between, there'll be other apps which you'll be working on. Other live shows we'll be working on. Stay tuned for that. I will sign out from Instagram first. Instagram, thanks a lot. And as I said, life is all positive. Negativity doesn't exist. So that's there. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I'll just sign out from there. Last, I will leave the app. So YouTube, Facebook. Oh, my photo is not there. Damn. So YouTube, Facebook. I hope you all enjoyed the show. I'll be signing off.